Welcome, 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 everyone. Great to have you all. Thank you so much for joining in today's Health Talks with Experts. Our first Health Talks of January 2025. I welcome you all. Great. Thank you so much for joining in, and please keep your videos on. Thank you. I'm Yuktaraj Kishore. I'm a breath coach, and I keep bringing this health talks every month without fail since June 2020. Yes, since June 2020, we have been bringing this initiative where we bring experts from wellness industry, health experts, coaches, doctors, to this platform where we can come up with something new and all your challenges that we can address by bringing these coaches or doctors. So we have even had pulmonologists, productivity coaches and sujok therapists. So the various variety of coaches and more than around 65 plus coaches now might be 70 plus coaches have come on this platform and share their wisdom. And yes, I'm truly excited to share today's panelists. But before that, for those of you who do not know me, I'm a certified breath coach, ice bath facilitator, founder of Yuktness, as well as Wellness Abundance Hub. That's the fastest growing community of right and conscious breather with the mission to help people breathe right, breathe consciously, and optimize the quality of their life just by taking care of their breath. And yes, I'm certified in various programs. Nirvana Fitness, I'm India's only flow coach also. And I'm truly excited to bring upon our today's panelist. Let me just share about him as well as his achievement that is very, very impressive, and that too in a such a young age also. So today I would like to welcome Akhil Nirugatti, who is an engineering graduate turned holistic nutritionist. He suffered from IBS for more than 10 years. Can you believe? And not only IBS, he suffered from OCD, chronic anxiety, brain fog, sciatica, knee pain, angina, and recovered from all these. So her suffering, her mess become a message for life, and that's what he is all inspired to bring his it's to bring in this today's health talks with experts. Now he is a holistic nutritionist, disease reversal expert, holistic cancer coach, detox specialist, gut restoration expert, and have worked with more than 500 plus clients and helped them heal their health conditions. He's a bachelor's and master's in nutrition with THCA UK also. So I'm truly excited to welcome Akhil. And here you go. Let me bring you here on screen.
Yes, Yukti. I hope I'm audible to
Yeah.
every one of you. Yes,
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 yes, you
yes.
are very, very welcome. So everyone, please message here, welcome Akhil. And let us welcome our today's Health Talks with Experts panelists.
Yes, yes. So thank you so much, Yukti, for this awesome opportunity to meld with your community members. I love to see the enthusiasm over here. Thank you so much for all the people who are sharing the welcomes over here. So today I'm going to share about, as already Yukti has shared about myself, I'm a gut restoration expert and also a disease reversal expert. We specialize in healing all the diseases, especially with respect to your gut health issues, respiratory issues, and all the autoimmune conditions as well. Okay. So on that note, yes, Yukti, shall we get started with the today's
Yes,
session? Yes.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
Great, great, good to know that. So just I want to know how many of you are dealing with respiratory issues. Type out yes in the chat box. How many are dealing with respiratory issues? Type out yes in the chat box. And also mention what is the respiratory issue that you are dealing with. What is the respiratory issue that you are dealing with? Type out in the chat box. Type out what is the respiratory issue that you're dealing with, or even it can be your gut health issues. What are the conditions? Type out just in chat box. What are the issues that you're dealing with? Let's see what kind of issues you're dealing with.
Yeah, or maybe any other health challenges.
Any
Let's keep
issues?
it
Yes,
even more simpler. Yeah.
yes.
It could be your anxieties or
Okay,
anything.
unable to breathe fully. Okay,
IBS. Hmm.
IBS. Okay, okay. Digestion issues. Okay, pollution and dust, gut health issues and digestion. Okay, got it, got it. Many of you are dealing with certain some of the other issues. It can be gut health issues or respiratory issues. Okay, so today we are going to understand about what are the different kinds of respiratory issues and what are the root cause of it, because understanding the root cause is most important. Okay, so I think if I can share my screen, right?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
you
yes,
can share.
yes, I'm able to share my screen now. Yes. So to get started with, today we are going to discuss about holistic nutrition for respiratory and gut health issues. So what is holistic nutrition? See, holistic nutrition is not just a nutrition for specific issue. It deals with overall entire your body. So for example, let's say if you're eating a papaya, the papaya is not just helpful for maybe like gut health issues or respiratory issues. It is helpful for overall body. It's good for your liver, it's good for your gut, it's good for your digestion, it's good for your brain, it's good for your blood circulation system, a lot of things. So that's what is called holistic nutrition, where we will cater to entire body as a whole. It's not separated like we don't deal respiratory issues a separate thing or gut health issues a separate thing. We deal everything as a whole. Okay, so that is what which is meant by holistic nutrition. Okay, so first of all, let's dive deeper into what are the different kinds of respiratory issues that people go through and what are the root cause of these issues. Okay, let's move forward to it. Okay, so coming to the respiratory issues, there are multiple types of respiratory issues. For example, let's say like asthma is there, congestion, flus, cold, cough, sinus, bronchitis, excess mucus, and pollution and dust allergies and stuff like that. Anyone dealing with sinus issues over here, type out yes in the chat box. Anyone dealing with sinus issues here, just type out yes in the chat box, the letter yes. Yes. Okay. So if you're dealing with sinus issues, congestion, and all these things, this particular session is going to be transforming for yourselves. Okay. So before proceeding anything, we need to understand the root cause of a particular symptom. It can be your gut health issues, it can be your respiratory issues. We need to understand what is the root cause of it. So let's understand what are the different various root causes of respiratory issues. Okay, so major root cause of respiratory issues is bacterial or viral infections, especially streptococcus infections and EBV infections. Something most often, majority of people who have asthma, people who have congestion, people who have a lot of excess mucus, people who have sinus, they have a lot of this bacteria called streptococcus bacteria. This is a kind of bacteria which is responsible for mucus related issues. And also not just sinus issues, it's also responsible for extreme bloating, sinusitis issues, and also UTIs, urinary tract infections. How many of you had urinary tract infections in the past? Just type out me in the chat box. Urine infections or UTI infections, what even once in your life. Yes. So UTIs are basically because of an infection which is caused by a bacteria called Streptococcus. Yes, many people are having it. So this bacteria is responsible for all the mucus producing kind of issues ranging from, as I mentioned, it can be sinus, it can be asthma as well. Okay, so what happens is, and other issues like there is the dust allergies are there, there is pollution is there, air pollution is there, all these things obviously come into the picture as the root causes. Okay, so now this bacteria and viruses feed on certain foods. They feed on certain foods, they feed on certain toxins and grow and create more and more mucus. For example, let's say this is your respiratory system. I hope everyone can see the picture. Yes. So this is your respiratory system over here. And if you see what it consists of your breathing system, your nasal cavities, and your windpipe and your lungs. Okay, and the cavities in the lungs. Okay. So when you are having a lot of streptococcus bacteria, this bacteria sits in the lungs and the linings of the lungs and create a lot of mucus over there. And this mucus over a period of time comes into the esophageal region as well, and also your nasal cavity over here, creating a lots and lots of mucus. And also people who have dust allergy, people who have pollution allergy and dust allergy, usually you produce mucus because that is a natural defense mechanism against the to stop the pollution not entering into your system. But the streptococcus bacteria is going to create excess mucus, excess inflammation in the lungs, creates more and more issues and creates this kind of excess mucus in your body. That's what streptococcus bacteria does. And also other viral infections like EBV, and people get typhoid and all this stuff, right? So all these things like that. Now, what are the things that we can do, and what are the things that we should not be doing? What are the things that we have to avoid in order to not to get away from this infection? See, for example, it's inevitable. It's inevitable for us. It's completely impossible not to get exposed to this viruses or bacteria. It's very easy for us to get exposed to this virus or bacteria because it's season, right? In winters, we often get exposed to bacteria or viruses or something like that. But one thing that's in our control is our immune system. If our immune system is strong, none of this bacteria and all these viruses cannot do anything to us. But if your immune system is weak, all these things can attack you. All these things can create more and more issues to you. So there are certain things this bacteria and viruses feed on. And there are certain things where if we eat this food, this can be killed off completely to make our immune system better. So let's understand those things. Okay. So first of all, let's understand what are the things that we have to completely avoid or else reduce. Major things. How many of you use artificial fragrances? Air fresheners, deodorants, perfumes, conventional ones, conventional air fresheners, conventional deodorants. How many of you love to use them? Just type out me in the chat box. How many of you love to use air fresheners, deodorants, perfumes? Just type out me in the chat box if you use them on a regular basis. Yes, yes. So majority of these artificial fragrances are made up of different toxic chemicals. They have a lot of metals, they have a lot of pesticides. They are made in lab. Not even 0.00001% of these perfumes are natural. If you want, any one of you, just flip the bottle of your deodorant or perfume and try to read the ingredients. You cannot even pronounce. Yes or no? Can you pronounce the chemical's name? They're very, very tough. And majority of these things have, what is this? Uh, there are a lot of aluminum, a lot of toxic heavy metals, a lot of pesticides, and all this stuff. Every one of us, let's do an experiment. Yes, for a little bit experiment. Okay. What I want you to do is, every one of you sit straight like this. Sit straight. Sit straight. Okay. Just take out just three fingers. One, two, and three. Three fingers. Right hand or left hand. Okay. And put these three fingers under your arm, left side of your rib cage. Under your arm and left side of your rib cage. Under your arm, left side of your rib cage. Or left or right, whatever it is. And press this region gently in circular motion like this. Press this region gently in circular motion like this. Don't press it hard, just press it gently. Don't press it firmly, just press it gently like this. Just for about 10 seconds. Okay? 10 seconds, covering the entire rib cage and the underarms region. Okay? Now tell me, even for the gentle touch, how many of you felt pain? Type it in the chat box. Even for the gentle touch, how many of you felt pain? Type it in the chat box. Mild pain. It can be mild pain as well. Type it in the chat box. Yes? If you didn't get pain also, you can type it. Even for the gentle touch, how many of you have got pain? Mild pain. Okay, no pain, that's awesome. If you're not getting any pain, that's great. No pain, that's awesome. Anyone who has got pain? Okay, that's good to see that no one has got pain. That means, Yukti, you are training them well. Okay, so basically what happens is when we teach in our communities, many people do get this pain, well, kind of mild pain. If you get this pain, what that indicates is that your lymphatic nodes are getting clogged. Your lymphatic system is getting clogged. Why this lymphatic system is getting clogged? By repetitive usage of different kinds of artificial fragrances, perfumes, and all these things. Okay. And if your liver is becoming sluggish and sluggish because of all these things, your lymphatic system gets clogged, and then you get pain, and then you get lymph node swelling. Have any one of you have got lymph node swelling by any chance? Lymph node swelling? Yes or no?
What does it mean, Nikhil?
Okay. Lymph node swelling is basically people get swelling in underarms. Okay. They get swelling near breast. If they are women, they get swelling, on the neck sometimes, like a little bit of swelling and all this stuff. Okay. Some people do get it, some people do not get it, but it's of excessive toxins. That's how it is. Okay. That's good to see. People are not getting it. Okay. So you should not be using artificial fragrances. It can be perfumes, it can be, deodorants, it can be, what is this, air fresheners and stuff like that. And also stop using conventional cleaning product. Like we all use different kinds of Harpic, Colin, phenol and all these things. All these have again a lot of toxins, a lot of chemicals in them. Okay, stop using them and stop using scented candles. There are a lot of scented candles, even agarbattis. How many of you feel this agarbatti smell as very choking? Agarbatti or even perfume smells as choking. How many? Anyone of you like that? Just type out yes in the chat box. So don't use this agarbattis because agarbattis are made up of a lot of chemicals. Okay. So instead, what you can use? Yes. Instead, what you can use essential oil-based perfumes. There's a lot of essential oil-based perfumes. Even in breathwork and yoga, also many people use them. Right? There's lavender oil-based perfume. There's jasmine oil-based perfume. There's orange extract-based perfumes. Okay. Switch to organic cleaning products. There are many things that you can do to implement these things. There is some websites also. I can give it in the end of the session of getting the convention good products of cleaning products. So use this, kindly avoid these products because these will directly choke your respiratory organs if you already have an existing condition. Okay, now let's move forward. So what are the lifestyle changes that you can do? Okay, what are the lifestyle changes that you can do to make things a lot better? Okay, before I come to this, I want to cover one more thing. Before I come to that, I want to cover one more thing. Just give me a second. So now I'll go to gut health issues as well. People who have gut health issues like IBS, IBD, Crohn's colitis, ulcerative colitis, whatever it is. We want to know the reason of your gut health issues as well. Then we'll come to the solutions together. Okay. So, what are the gut health issues and what are the different types of issues? There is acid reflux, there's bloating, there's constipation, there's diarrhea, there's IBS, there's ulcerative or Crohn's colitis, there is autoimmune conditions, there's fatty liver, and much more. How many of you have any of these conditions? Type out the condition name in the chat box. How many of you have any of these conditions? Type out the condition name in the chat box. You can have acid reflux, you can have bloating, okay, acidity, okay, IBS, okay, constipation, okay, reflux and bloating, autoimmune, okay, acid reflux and constipation, okay, acid reflux, okay, got it. So let's understand the root cause of it. It's very important to understand the root cause. Any person who is having any kind of gut health issues, it starts with a low stomach acid. Okay, it starts with a low stomach acid. I hope everyone knows this term called, stomach acid, which is your hydrochloric acid. In Ayurveda, it is called as Agni. I hope you know this, right? Jatar Agni or something like that, right? So we all have something called as Jatar Agni or hydrochloric acid. Whenever we eat food, the hydrochloric acid is produced, and that acid is going to digest your food. And this digested food and then gets absorbed, and then you'll start getting energy. This is what should happen for all the people. But the problem is when the stomach acid goes low, when the Agni in the stomach goes slow, when the hydrochloric acid in the stomach goes slow, what happens? Whatever the food that you eat is not going to be digested properly. Yes or no? Whatever the food that you eat is not going to be digested properly. Now, this undigested food ferments and rots. This undigested food ferments and rots. This rotting of the food, this fermenting of the food creates gases. This gases comes upwards and make you feel reflux. How many of you have been thinking that acid reflux is because of high stomach acid all these days? Type out yes in the chat box if you have been feeling like that. How many of you have been thinking that acid reflux is because of your high stomach acid all these days? If you have been thinking, type out yes in the chat box. Yes. So acid reflux is not because of high stomach acid. It's actually because of your low stomach acid. Yes, it's actually because of your low stomach acid. That means low hydrochloric acid and more amount of bad acid. The bad acid is produced by rotting of the food and also the different bacterial infections like H. pylori and E. coli. Now, this rotten food enters your duodenum. This region is called duodenum. So when this rotten food enters your duodenum, your liver produces something called as bile. Now this bile is going to help you break down your rotten or undigested food, which is well and good. But the problem is, over a period of time, if these things persist, this liver is not going to produce bile adequately. The bile production will be subsequently decreased. It's not adequate. When that happens, now liver is not digesting your food, neither your stomach is digesting your food. That means the food is just sitting here, rotting and fermenting and creating more gas, more burping, and more kind of fermentation over here. This is what creates a lot of bloating, heaviness in the gut, okay, lots of burps, flatulence, you know, kind of different
Can I
different kinds
ask
of.
you
Yes,
one
yes,
question?
Dipti,
Okay.
yes, Dipti, yes, Dipti.
Yeah, you just said that the bile production will also get reduced, right? What
Yes,
was
yes.
the reason? Can you just explain it
Yes, the
a
reason
little
is
bit?
basic. Yes, the reason is basically our body's food, whatever the food, is actually digested by your stomach, right? So stomach has three kinds of enzymes: amylase, protease, which amylase protease digests your carbohydrates, protease digests your proteins. But when it comes to fats, fats are digested by your liver, which is called which by an enzyme called lipase, which is in the bile. Okay, so but what's happening is instead of just digesting your fats, your liver is also digesting carbohydrates and proteins because its stomach is not doing its job because the stomach acid is less. When that happens, the over digestion, over production of bile. So because your liver cannot produce more and more bile, the more you take fat. That means it should be like less amount of bile should be produced for every meal that you have to be eating. If you eat more fats, more bile will be produced. The more bile is produced, the more stress you're putting on the liver. That means it's not your liver's job to digest your rotten food, but still it is doing it to protect yourself. But over a period of time, what happens is the bile, effectiveness decreases. The effectiveness of the bile, the enzymes in the bile, the quality of the bile decreases. When the quality of the bile decreases, this rotten food will not be digested again. The fats will not be broken down into fatty acids again. Now, this undigested fats, not broken down fats, directly enters your bloodstream and it stores as triglycerides and LDL cholesterol, leading to a thick blood. And that's how people get sluggish liver and fatty liver. Okay, that's why majority of people who have sluggish and fatty liver, they have bloating. Okay, clear, Ukti?
Makes sense.
Yes. Okay, great.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So
Anyone
come.
has any question at this point? You can just quickly message or make a note of it. We'll address towards the Q&A.
Yes.
Continue.
Yes. Okay, great. So what happens over here is when the liver is also not digesting your food, your stomach is also not digesting your food is just sitting there and rotting, which is creating more and more fermentation and creating more and more burping, more and more bloating. That's why many people, even they eat their breakfast very early, they feel very heavy even till lunch. They feel like मेरा खाना digest नहीं हुआ, this food is not being digested. Anyone is like that? Anyone is having extreme bloating? Type out yes, me in the chat box. Anyone is having extreme bloating? Just type out yes, me in the chat box. Extreme bloating. Yes, sometimes yes. That is the reason. And also when you take excess fats, it can be lots of oils, lots of nuts and seeds, lots of non-vegetarian food and meat, then also you can experience bloating because majority of fats and non-vegetarian foods are high in fats. When you're eating something that is high in fat, your liver has to stress itself more to produce more and more bile, which is already in stress. And also one more thing, Yukti, I forgot to mention is that liver will produce less and less bile as it becomes more and more toxic because it has to store different kinds of
Okay.
toxins. A lot of metals are there, a lot of plastics are there, lots of radiation, lots of viruses, and everything is there. The more it's toxic, the less bile it produces. That's how it is. That's also one more reason
Okay.
why it. By age, why do we
How
gain
would
weight?
you define bloating? How would you define bloating?
Okay,
The
bloating
condition.
is. Yes, bloating is a condition where your food is not being digested at all and your stomach is completely bulged. Your stomach feels very, very tight. Okay, and you start getting
Heavy.
this heavy. Yes, heavy is the right word to use. Yes, your stomach
Mm-hmm.
feels very heavy, and you start getting this burps, acids, and a lot of soury kind of burps, and a lot of discomfort, and some kind of growling sounds as well in some cases. That's basically bloating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and
Okay.
it
Thank you.
mostly
Thank you so much.
bloating accompanied with acid reflux. Okay, in majority of the cases, that's how it is. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the major reason why people experience acid reflux and bloating. It's because of your low stomach acid and as well as your sluggish liver. Now, let's come into
So
yes.
bloating leads to acid reflux
Yes, it'll
or
lead to
vis a
acid
vis? What
reflux.
would you say?
It's both. It's both. See, when you have less stomach, let's say for example, if we have good amount of stomach acid, that acid will digest your food perfectly, then no bloating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if your stomach acid is less, the food is not being digested. That means the food stays in your stomach only for a long period of time, which makes bloating, which creates bloating. Okay, there's one more layer towards it. When this food just is staying in the staying in the stomach only, after some time it reaches your duodenum again, whether it is digested or not. Now here, at least your liver has to digest your food. Then also bloating will not happen. But bloating
Mm-hmm.
happens after the liver is also getting sluggish. It is not able to produce bile. Then the extreme bloating happens. Okay, heaviness and all these
And
things.
then that extreme bloating leads to acid reflux?
Yes, it can lead to, because bloating means a lot of gases. That gases come upwards. It can go upwards or it can go downwards.
No, you said that bloating means heaviness in the stomach, right?
Yes, yes,
So stage one is like heaviness in the stomach, then stage two is like the gases will start producing. Stage
yes,
three, kind of that the food is rotting, or even if it is going upward, also liver is not able to digest, and then it is
yes,
producing some bad acids,
yes.
and that bad acid is creating acid reflux. Am I get
Correct,
it right?
correct. You are right.
Okay, okay,
Yes. Okay.
okay,
Sometimes it can
okay,
be vice versa as well. For example, for some people, they get H. pylori infections. They get E. coli infections. In that case, the bad acid starts even from the beginning itself, and they get reflux first. Okay. People who have, H. pylori, E. coli infections.
what is H pile?
H. pylori is a bacteria. It's a bacterial
Okay,
infection. Okay. So
okay,
some people they get diagnosed with H. pylori infection. Like how we get malaria and we get dengue and stuff like that. We get H. pylori, E. coli, streptococcus. These are bacterial infections, which are major causes for your gut health issues. Okay.
okay. What does H pile causes, and what does E. coli?
H. pylori actually causes acid reflux and also erosions in the stomach. They erode your
Okay,
stomach lining, which
okay.
produce your stomach glands are in the lining of the stomach, which produces
Hmm.
good stomach
Hmm.
acid, which is HCl. They destroy them.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
and also this H. pylori feeds on certain foods like dairy, gluten, eggs, and other things, creates their own acids which are
Mm-hmm.
bad. And that
Okay.
also comes
Okay.
upwards, making you feel, you might have heard about GERD, GERD.
Ha
Okay, it's
ha ha ha.
aggressive gas, reflux,
Hmm.
which is basically because of H.
Hmm.
pylori. That's how it is.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. And how
so
about this E. coli? What's the
E. coli is
difference
also
between two?
similar. It's similar kind of bugs. It's
Okay.
similar kind of bugs.
Doing the
Same
similar things.
similar
Okay.
things. Whereas again,
Okay.
streptococcus
Got it.
comes. Just I mentioned before,
Mm.
streptococcus is for respiratory
Yeah.
issues. That
Yeah.
causes only bloating. Okay,
Acha.
extreme
Okay.
bloating, and it also affects your gut microbiome. And also
Okay.
it is a mucus producing bacteria. That way it comes in the
Mm-hmm.
lungs as well, and also UTIs as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is. And this bacteria,
Mm-hmm.
streptococcus, you usually get when you go to public restrooms. Okay, public restaurants, and then you use your restrooms there, where there are a lot of
Mm-hmm.
virus and a lot of contaminations are there. That's how you get a lot of times. And H. pylori or E. coli on the other hand, you get from food poisoning, contaminated
Mm-hmm.
water, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Great. Great insights. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Okay, let's move forward. So that's the reason for your reflux and bloating. Then comes your, constipation. See, constipation, there are two reasons for it. One is lack of bile. So bile is a greasing agent. So bile is a greasing. What is a greasing agent? So that means it removes friction between your intestines and your stools. Okay. So if bile is not there, the stool will not move easily outside the intestine. That means creating a lot of friction, which is basically your constipation. One more reason for constipation is presence of lots of toxic heavy metals. Okay, so what are toxic heavy metals? I'll explain a little bit later. But yes, for now, remember it's because of toxic heavy metals. I'll explain it a little later. Okay, so now what is IBS? IBS is nothing but a combination of symptoms, like if you have reflux and bloating for a long period of time, or acid reflux or constipation for a long period of time, or diarrhea or constipation or bloating for a long period of time. Any irritation in your bowels over a long period of time is IBS. Okay, then comes your autoimmune conditions like ulcerative colitis, Crohn's colitis, and other rheumatoid arthritis and stuff like that. Okay, so now what are the root causes of these kind of issues? These are root causes, major root causes. First thing is, as I mentioned, low stomach acid, which I've just covered. If you have low stomach acid for a longest period of time, then it'll lead to sluggish or fatty liver because your foods are not being processed, your fats are not being processed, and stuff like that. And then comes your infections like H. pylori, E. coli, and Streptococcus infections, which cause the gut health issues. And then comes your toxins like heavy metals, especially. How many of you are using aluminum base vessels in your home? The silver colored base vessels in your home. Type out me in the chat box if you're using it. Type out me in the chat box if you're using it. Aluminum based vessels, yes. So yeah, majority of them use, but these days many people are switching to it, switching to good ones. See, aluminum, mercury, lead, nickel, cadmium, these are toxic heavy metals. If you see, Maggie was banned in 2016 and 17 because of lead contamination. Okay, I hope any of you remember, right? Because it was banned because lead levels were more in there. So same, aluminum is a known neurotoxin. Neurotoxin means toxin that affect your nerves. So the food that you eat from which was cooked in aluminum vessels, the aluminum is going to leach into the food, and when we eat, the aluminum is going to start attacking your nerves. Initially, it start attacking your nerves of your intestines, and then when it reaches the it reaches your other nerves as well. It reaches your brain as well. Deposits of metals are also there in the brain, especially mercury and aluminum and stuff like that. If you order food from Swiggy and Zomato, they come in aluminum foil. That aluminum is also going to leach into your system. And anyone is having dental fillings, the silver colored dental fillings on your tooth. Usually this, if they are silver in color, they are made up of what is that, mercury. It's an amalgamation of mercury, and this mercury is going to also leach into your system, creating more havoc in the body. Of course, if you in these days, ceramic fillings have come, which is much better compared to the silver colored fillings. Okay, so these are the major root causes of your conditions, be it your gut health issues, autoimmune, or respiratory issues. One major thing that I want to uh, tell you is that when heavy metals are there in your body, majority of them have, many of us have, because I had OCD for almost 10 years, anxiety for 10 years. OCD is a lot of mercury and metal deposits in the brain. That happens from the food that you eat. Fish is the highest source of mercury. And if you see olden tube lights, which you break it, a lot of white fumes come. That's mercury. A lot of exposure is happening out there. So now, when it comes to constipation, your brain has to send signal to the large intestine to pass motion. Yes or no? It has to send signal to the large intestine to pass motion. Then only you can go to the restroom. Okay, then only the peristaltic movement, the movement of the intestine like this, the intestine moves. The movement creates the your stool output. This movement need to be triggered by your nerves. The signal should come from brain through nerves, but these nerves have a lot of metal deposits, because of which the signal will interrupt. That means signal comes, it stops. It comes, it stops. Instead of signal coming like this directly, it comes, it stops. It comes, it stops, because there are a lot of metal deposits. Because of which, whenever the signal comes, you have the urgency, and whenever it stops, you have the improper evacuation. You have the urgency, you go to the restroom, and once you go there, it will not come. Even if it comes, a little bit of it comes, and you feel improper evacuation. All these things. Types of vessels, I'll be telling you in the solutions. Okay. So these are the major root cause of your gut health issues. And also, these are the major root cause for your respiratory issues. So now let's come to solutions. So solutions have divided into three parts: foods that destroy you, foods that heal you, and lifestyle changes that you have to be making. Are you ready for that? Just type ready in the chat box. We'll go forward for the solutions. I want to see each and every one of you type ready in the chat box. Great. Okay. Let's get started with the food that destroy. And just take pen and paper and be ready. It can be digital notes, it can be physical notes, whatever it is, just be ready with that. Okay. Okay. Now, foods that destroy you. These are the foods that create more problem. Okay. For example, dairy. What comes in dairy? There is milk, there is curd, there is cheese, there is paneer, there is ghee, there is buttermilk. Anything that is coming from milk feeds Streptococcus bacteria, which is mucus forming bacteria. That is the reason people say dairy is mucus forming. Okay, dairy is actually mucus forming because dairy usually it's mucus forming, and this mucus in the dairy, the not so good proteins in the dairy are fed by the Streptococcus bacteria, EBV virus, H. pylori bacteria, and creates more and more mucus, creating you more issues. So people who are having asthma, people who are having congestion, a lot of mucus, need to reduce your dairy intake or else stop for some days, and then you can use it occasionally. Then comes your gluten, which is your wheat and maida. Okay, see, the problem is many people say I'm a North Indian, I cannot be going away with the wheat or something like that. Many people do tell this. The problem is not with you, the problem is with the wheat itself, because today's wheat is GMO wheat, which is genetically modified organism. What is genetically modified? That means the gene of the wheat itself is altered. For example, let's say if you go back to 1995 or something like that, a wheat grain has two things. One is the nutrient, which is called germ, and some little bit part of it is called gluten. Gluten is a sticky molecule. When you knead the dough, you get that sticky kind of substance, right? That's basically gluten. So in 90s and 80s, the gluten particle was only 10%. 90% was the germ, which is having nutrients, and 10% was the gluten. But today, because of the genetic modification to increase the yield, that has become reverse. Now it's 80% gluten and 20% nutrition. So 80% gluten sticks to your intestines. And because it is sticky, it is mucus forming. And again, this also feeds your Streptococcus bacteria and EBV bacteria, which creates more mucus, which creates more issues. Okay, then comes soy and even corn. These are milder ones. You can avoid it for a little bit of time and then you can take it again, because soy and corn are also genetically modified. Majority of them in today's day and days is genetically modified, GMO. Then comes fish. Why you have to avoid fish? The major reason you have to avoid fish is because it is full of mercury. It is very, very high in mercury. Because if you see, uh, industrial waste is dumped in water. Yes, it's dumped in lakes, it dumped in water, and then it goes to seas. This industrial waste has a lot of toxins, primarily a lot of metals, mercury, a lot of industrial waste. This industrial waste is absorbed directly by the fish, and the more fatty the fish is, the more toxin it carries. Of course, there are some fishes like salmon and stuff like that which carry less amount of no, mercury, but fish always has mercury. Whether it is high in omega 3 or not, you will have mercury in that. And fish is a major contributor for, because we often deal children also with autism, ADHD, and OCD. Eyesight issues in children are because of mercury toxicity. That's what it is. Next comes eggs. See, eggs has been my favorite food from childhood. Okay. But I have to leave it because of my lot of aggressive gut health issues and stuff like that. Okay. Eggs, especially today's eggs, if you see, they are not real eggs anymore. Okay, they are fed with a lot of injections. The hen are giving a lot of injections and stuff, which is absolutely not good in today's day and age. At the same time, the not so properly formed protein in the eggs feeds the viruses, bacteria. It can be streptococcus, it can be EBV, whatever it is, it feeds it. Okay, now let's move forward. These are the foods that you have to be avoiding. To add upon a little bit more, if you have any addictions like caffeine, reduce it. Okay, and next thing, if you have high fatty foods, you have to reduce your fatty foods. It can be, if you're using a lot of oils, if you're using a lot of non-vegetarian foods, you have to reduce it. I'm not saying completely remove it. You need a little bit of fat for your body, but reduce it. If you're taking highly oily, greasy food, junk food, fried food, it's also not good for you. We all know that. Many people in our community as well get flare-ups of respiratory issues like asthma when they take fried foods and heavy fatty foods. Okay, so these are the foods that you have to reduce the intake of it, avoid it for a little bit time, and get back to it sometimes occasionally. If you have noted it down, type out noted in the chat box. If you have noted it down, type out noted in the chat box. Great. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to foods that heal you. Foods that heal respiratory issues. I'm specifically focusing on respiratory and gut health issues for this. Okay. The best food that you can consume is lemons and oranges. Surprisingly, many people say if you take citric acid food, citrus fruits, you get a lot of mucus. How many of you get it? How many of you get this? If you take citrus fruits, lemons, and stuff, you start getting mucus, you start getting reflux. Many of you get it initially. So the problem is not with lemons or oranges. The problem is that you have excess amount of bacterial load, excess amount of viral load. When you are taking lemons, when you're taking oranges, they are highly antibacterial in nature. That's why they start killing this bacteria as soon as possible, which many people cannot tolerate. So in that case, start it slowly. So usually I would recommend you to start with lemon water, which is fresh, plain, room temperature water with half lemon. In case you have any issues, start slowly. Like instead of half lemon, go with 1/4 lemon. Go with 1/8 lemon. Go with 1 drop or 2 drop lemon. But don't cut off this food group completely because they will help you heal. They're highly antibacterial. They'll kill the strep bacteria. So take the citric acid fruit, citrus fruits like lemons, oranges, mosambi, amla, and all these things. But start in mild quantity. Just start with lemon with minimal quantity in the beginning, and then you can increase. That's first thing that you can do. Second thing that you can do is papaya. See, one particular thing. Any gut health issue you may have. You might have reflux. You might have bloating. You might have any autoimmune condition, fatty liver, whatever it is. Papaya is going to be game changer for you. Papaya and even pineapples, because both of them have its own enzymes. They have a lot of amylase, protease, lipase, which will help you to break down your proteins, break down your fats very, very perfectly if you have gut health issues. So start taking a lot of papaya and pineapples. You can start with a bowl of papaya in the morning. The best time to consume papaya is in the morning. You can start with a big bowl of papaya, then you can go with the breakfast. Okay. Then comes raw garlic. Raw garlic is highly antibacterial, and people who have this mucus congestion issues. And by the way, I had a lot of congestion issues all over my childhood till I was 20 years old. Okay, raw garlic is going to be a game changer for you. If you take raw garlic, and it should be it don't take it in an empty stomach. Take it in your lunch while you're eating your rice or roti, whatever it is. Chew one raw garlic clove and swallow it. That's going to help you a lot. Okay. Next thing, aloe vera is going to help you with bloating. It's going to help you with constipation. If you have extreme acid reflux or GERD, chewing on aloe vera gel, freshly cut from the plant, is going to help you. Okay. Then comes amla. Everyone knows the benefits of amla, and shared specifically, amla is going to help you. And then comes strawberries. Citric acid things are going to help you. Ginger water tea, very, very great for nasal congestions, for a lot of mucus issues, sinus issues, and people who have extreme bloating issue. Ginger helps you to increase your stomach acid. At the same time, it'll kill the bacteria streptococcus. It'll it'll kill the mucus. It'll remove the mucus from your lungs. I think many of you do it. Even many do this, right? They take ginger and some, curcumin. And sorry, what is it? Curcumin, correct only, right? And turmeric. Sorry, curcumin means turmeric. Okay, they do this kind of tea. So ginger water tea is awesome. You should start doing it. Then comes your lemon balm. It's also a kind of tea. It's a herb, herbs that you get it. Lemon balm is great for your mucus issues, bacterial issues. Same applies with thyme. Thyme tea, you get thyme leaves and thyme tea as well. Great for mucus issues, great for respiratory issues. Thyme, especially thyme, is great for respiratory issues. Okay. And coriander and other leafy greens like spinach, kale, lettuce, coriander, all helps you to remove toxic heavy metals from your gut, and as well as other organs of your body, especially coriander. One bonus tip is oregano. Oregano, you get it with pizza, right? So oregano is very great for mucus issues. oregano spice. You can add it in your salads or food, whatever it is. It's going to help a lot. The herb is very, very beneficial for your nasal and congestions and stuff like that. Okay, so these are the foods that you can incorporate in your lifestyle. One major point, if you one before you incorporate these foods, make sure that you avoid these foods, because if you are taking these foods actively and then you are taking these foods, you are going to get more flare ups for sure. So take this word with caution. So first of all, start reducing these foods, especially dairy, eggs, okay, and gluten, and especially dairy. Dairy is the first thing that you have to avoid, and then you start with these things. You will see magical and miracles with respect to your respiratory issues. Okay, noted. If you have noted, type on noted in the chat box. If you have noted, type on noted in the chat box. Well, we are coming to the final one. The lifestyle changes that you can do. Great. The lifestyle changes that you can do over here is, first thing, replace your aluminum vessels to stainless steel vessels or ceramic vessels. Major change that you have to be doing. Next thing, don't use direct municipal tap water for drinking. Many of you just use the municipal tap water, just heat it and drink it. Not all of you, but some of them are still doing that. Don't do that. It is full of toxicity. Use a good quality water purifier, preferably an RO if you're living in metros. The TDS should be good in range, by the way. Use essential oil based perfumes instead of conventional perfumes. Okay, it can be lavender based perfume, jasmine based perfume, whatever it is, depending on your nature, you can go with essential based perfumes. Use organic cleaning products instead of the conventional cleaning products. Okay, and one more very, very important thing, I think Yukti knows this: breath work is going to be a game changer for you, because the more breath work you do, the more the lungs expand, the oxygen capacity of your lungs expand, and you can do much better. And one more thing is that even we do recommend it: people who have aggressive acid reflux, people who have a lot of bloating, people who have a lot of gut health issues, there's a lot of heat that is generated in your gut. So especially Anulom Vilom, even we advise it. Anulom Vilom is a very cooling pranayam or breath work. It is going to calm down your nerves, calm down your intestines, calm down your entire body temperature of your core region, and helps you to heal much faster, because in the cool mode the healing is much faster. So give importance to breath work, and I need not suggest it much more because Yukti is pro in that, so she is one there to help you in that. Next one is get sunlight every day. Very simple thing, but many people miss it. Get 10 minutes of sunlight every day. Like, it can be, this is winters, so get it somewhere between 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. in between. Get 10 minutes of it, expose your face, expose your arms. What helps? Sunlight is not just for vitamin D3. Please understand that. Okay, sunlight rekindles your stomach acid, ignites your stomach acid. That's why you can feel hungry again. Second thing, it sets up your circadian rhythm so that you can sleep well. Third thing, it is also natural antibacterial and antiviral, not directly, but yes, indirectly. It will promote the enzyme that are responsible for that, and also mucus production will be heavily inhibited. Okay, so these are the ones which you should be following, especially with respect to lifestyle changes. If you have noted, type on noted in the chat box. Type on noted in the chat box. Great. Okay, all of you have typed noted. So yeah, great. I would assume everyone noted. So these are the things that you have to make the changes, and these are things that you should be doing. So follow this, do these things, gradually do the changes. You'll definitely see a massive changes in your lifestyle. Okay, over to Yukti.
Thank you. It was such a powerful, packed session. So, quick question to every one of you. Hope you have got a lot of value. If you have found it valuable so far, just message me here valuable, and we are gonna open up our Q&A session also now. Everyone, let's play a huge, huge gratitude to Akhil. Yeah, immensely valuable, and a lot of things I have learned. Of course, I have of course noted down also. Um a lot of things that you have told, and exactly I also got the idea because this is not my forte.
Yes.
I'm being more into breathing space. That's the reason I have brought you here to help us to resolve. because I keep getting inquiries about I'm having acidity, asthma issues, and all that. Yeah. So a quick, I now every one of you, please, you can type in your questions in the chat box, and we will take it up. Or you, if you wish, you can raise your hand, and we can bring you here on screen also, and we can have quick question Q&A session also.
Yes.
Yeah. And I would also like to know from each one of you, that what have been your biggest aha moment? And yeah, and I want actually every one of you, because we are live also now. So I'm just gonna give you this link. You all can take this link, go there, and um, let us know. See, we are here to, of course, serve you, but we also want to know ki whether you have received or not, right?
Yes.
Are you receiving or not? So how can we come to know? Can you all just go and just message there? What have been your biggest takeaway? What is that one action that you are gonna take right away within 24 hours for sure, that you feel is really, really very, very important for you? That's the it could be your lifestyle changes, like throwing off aluminum ki badi kadhai. In fact, just to share, Akhil, even I had a big kadhai of aluminum. And of course, when I have started this journey, I came to know that aluminum is not good. So I have actually disposed it off, and I have also brought steel
That's
kadhai.
great. That's great.
So that, yeah. So when you were
Yeah, in fact,
telling,
it's a very common thing that's found in India. Like many of us use them. That's how it is.
mhm,
Okay, someone questioned
ghee.
Sanjay. Ghee also should be avoided in new. Yes, you should avoid ghee as well because it is also mucus forming. Yes, initially.
Okay. So people, those who are having mucus, they should avoid, or everyone should avoid?
See, basically, if you're looking
Because
for
ghee also
preventive,
is good for, yeah.
yes. See,
Huh.
yes, it is good in some cases, but in majority
Mhm,
perspective, it is not that great as marketed to be. Okay. Yes,
mhm,
previously it was very good because we didn't have this many toxins in the world. Okay, and also the ghee was pure, the cows were pure, they were not fed with injections and stuff, right? Today is a lot more different.
mhm,
That's how it is.
mhm, mhm. Okay. Okay, so you have spoken about a lot of things that destroy health, even eggs, but you have not even eggs and fish, but you have not talked about chicken or something.
Yes, yes,
So I'm just curious about that to know. Are
yes.
they safe?
Yeah, see, basically, chicken, if it is the normal one, which usually people call it as the broiler chicken or whatever it is actually not good. Okay,
Because they
but
are also eating that wheat
yes, yes, yes.
or
Wheat
the
and
other
also injections are
stuff.
fed to it and all the stuff.
Yeah,
That's not good.
yeah,
But yes, there is a
yeah.
safe side of it where if you go to a desi chicken, right? You do that, right? Some people get desi chicken where they get in villages and stuff. That's okay. Okay. That's not a problematic stuff. But if you're going with normal chicken and stuff, it's a problem. And also people who choose mutton and something like that, it's high in fat again. It's also not good for daily consumption. So you can consume, but not very frequently. Maybe like once or twice in a month or
Hmm.
something like that.
Okay. Okay. Coffee in moderate is good for liver. No?
It's unfortunately no. Okay, it's
Is it?
very well created things. Okay, unfortunately not so good because I have been a very huge addict to coffee. I used to take big cups of black coffee 2 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
I also trained in gyms before I came to this.
Mm-hmm.
I used to take a lot of high protein foods, 120 grams of protein, 6 to 7 egg whites, two chicken breasts, and a lot of peanut butter and a lot of eggs and a lot of coffee. And I wrecked my gut off. Okay, so it's
Mm-hmm.
completely put me off. And coffee actually makes your gut weak. It actually reduces your stomach acid. Okay, of course it will give you energy. There's a simple question. Many people who take black coffee, black tea, or even green tea. So black coffee is 0 calories approximately. Mostly it is 0 calories, right? So even if it is of 0 calories, how come it is able to give you that much amount of energy? If you remove milk and sugar, which is black coffee,
Mm-hmm.
it's a question to ask, right?
Mm-hmm.
So adrenaline trigger,
Mm-hmm.
it triggers your adrenaline,
Hmm.
which is your stress hormone. Okay,
Hmm.
that means adrenaline is being triggered without actual stress. And if you keep on triggering adrenaline, it leads to a condition called adrenal fatigue. And adrenal fatigue is a problem which many people are dealing with. What are the symptoms? You get exhausted very easily. You're drowsy all day. You won't get sleep at all at nights. Okay, even your mind and body is exhausted, you won't get sleep at all at nights. Dark circles, hair fall, cold intolerance. People feel more cold. Their feet goes cold. And also people lose motivation and excitement. They age much faster. They get wrinkles. All this stuff is basically because of adrenal fatigue.
Okay. Okay, I too have this question as Anupam has asked. What protein should be taken if milk, egg, fish,
Yes.
yeah, soy, paneer,
Yes,
everything
it's a very
is
popular question. Even our community members keep asking this. So yeah, I'll tell you very
okay.
easily. See, if
Uh-huh.
protein is a combination of amino acids, okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's about group of 12 amino acids, and if any three are satisfied, it's called protein. For example, I'll share my screen. Just give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you have eaten egg. Okay, egg is a complete protein. It's in the form of complete protein. So now this protein has to be broken down by your gut. Okay, so your stomach produces hydrochloric acid, and that hydrochloric acid has an enzyme called pepsin. Okay, this pepsin is what breaks down the protein. It breaks down the protein, and it will give you a group of amino acids. And these amino acids are the only usable protein that our body requires. And these amino acids will go into our muscles and bodily functions and all these things. Problem is, you will not be able to produce pepsin if you have less stomach acid. In gut health issues, majority of them have less stomach acid. Because they have less stomach acid, there is no pepsin that is produced, and the protein from the egg is rotten. Is completely The protein is completely rotting, protein is completely fermented. The protein will never be converted into amino acids. That is why even many people with gut health issues, they take eggs, they take chicken and all these things, and they say I'm not able to increase weight. They say I'm not able to feel good. It's because it's just rotting there. On the other hand, let's take a banana. Okay, banana has again a lot of amino acids, but these amino acids are not in the form of protein. They are directly available as amino acids. Getting my point? Yes, there are directly available amino acids. That means the protein in banana need not be digested and broken down into amino acids because they are already in the form of amino acids only. That is why these will directly absorb to your cells. Whereas protein from egg takes a lot of time because it has to be digested, completely broken down into amino acids. If your stomach acid is less, it is not going to it will not be digested. That's how it is. So we should be consuming a lot of fruits and vegetables to get a lot of amino acids. And if your gut is clean, if your liver is clean, you'll be able to digest your protein. You'll be able to get your protein. Okay. And then once your gut is getting better, then you can add your lentils and pulses. Then you can add your chicken if you want. Okay. That's what you can do.
Okay. The next question is how to increase stomach acid. Good question.
Yes. How to increase stomach acid? There are four things that you can do. First is get sunlight. Okay. Second
Oh,
is,
wow.
yes, getting sunlight is a
How
major one.
sunlight is connected to stomach acid? I'm curious to know.
It's very simple because our natural body, our need actually sunlight. Because we are living in metros and stuff, living in apartments and stuff, we completely forget the powers of sunlight. If you see, when we are born, a child when is born, doctors also say to show sunlight because it will help
Hmm.
you to develop that stomach gland, stomach acid and stuff like that. So in the same way, we
Mm-hmm.
daily require stomach is very sunlight, which triggers our stomach glands to produce stomach acid. Okay,
Okay.
not just stomach acid, all our cells respond very positive vibrancy when the sunlight is there. Okay, you can observe this. People are in depression, they often go in low light spaces. Okay, they love
Hmm.
to be in very indulging in low light spaces. If we drag them and ask them to sit in sunlight, the depression levels has clinically proven to reduce by 20 to
Hmm.
30%.
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
because the hormones that is produced when you're in sunlight is very, very different. Good hormones, feel good hormones, a lot of stuff. That's one thing that you can
Okay.
do for increasing
Okay.
stomach acid. Second is reduce your overall fat intake throughout the day. If you have been
Okay.
consuming, if you see Indian food, in all the meals we have fats, like oils is there in all the meals. Like if you see morning, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, everything has oil. What you do is try to cut down the fats in one meal, especially in the morning. So that means I would ask people to go on a fat-free morning. How you can go with fat-free? Take a lot of fruits in the in the morning. Take a lot of vegetables if you want. You can take a bowl of papaya. You can take 2 to 3 bananas. You can take dates. Okay, you can take lemon water and stuff. That will help you to increase stomach acid. Next thing is lemon water. Lemon water helps you to increase stomach acid. That's how it is.
Very valuable, very, very valuable. So I hope everyone have noted these points that first and foremost, allow yourself to be in sunlight, come what may, at least 20 to 30 minutes, and make your morning breakfast fat free, more of fruits and vegetables, lemon water. You can, instead of having coffee, you can replace that with lemon water to increase your stomach acid also, right? And
Yes.
reduce fat in one media. How
Yes.
about 2 year old kid affected with type 1 diabetes? Oh my, after food, it is going around 450, 500. What could be the reason? Okay.
So yeah, I think name is sorry, Sanjana, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Sanjana, type 1 diabetes is caused by a injury caused to your pancreas. Okay. Injury caused to beta cells of pancreas. That injury is usually caused by a pathogen. It can be a virus. It's usually a virus, not a bacteria. And also if it any physical injury. But yes, if mostly type 1 comes in children, that's basically an injury caused to the pancreas by a pathogen or by a chemical. It can be a, even toothpaste which has a lot of aluminum in it, fluoride in it, that also can cause for sensitive people. So in type 1, if you figure it out very soon, you can heal it. But if you're not able to figure it out, if it is more than 3 months old, there is no solution for type 1 unless to rely on insulin injections. That is the only autoimmune condition which you cannot cure. Okay. But yes, if you want to, manage it and prevent it further things, you should not be taking more and more fats. The more fats you take, the more pancreas is going to stress. Okay, start giving a lots of, good amount of fruits, good amount of veggies, reduce your fat intake, and your blood sugars will not spike. See, many people have this misconception that diabetes is because of high carbohydrates problem. Okay, the diabetes is actually not high carbohydrate problem. It is high fats problem combined with carbohydrate and proteins. Okay, so we have so that's what you should be doing. The less the fat intake is, the thin the blood would be. If the blood is thin, the glucose also will move faster. Okay, if the glucose is moving faster inside into the cells, the blood sugar level will not be spiking for longest period. That's how it is.
Okay. Great. Hope you get the answer, Sanjana Shravan.
Yes.
Yeah. Great. Now, I have a question. Can you explain, yeah, that what is the connection between gut health and respiratory health?
So there is no direct connection as many people think it has to be. So, but there are three ways where it is connected indirectly. One is Streptococcus
Hmm.
bacteria. It affects your gut as well as respiratory issues, and as well as your,
Hmm.
groin region and reproductive organs as well. It attacks all these three. Okay, usually that's why people get UTIs, sinus, and bloating. They have the combination of these three. If you can see the things, not all of them, but they have the combination. That's one thing. Second reason is lack of B12. Okay, many people have a vitamin B12 deficiency, and vitamin B12
Hmm.
deficiency affect your breath. You cannot take full breath. If you even if you try to take full breathing, you get pain in the chest. Why you get vitamin B12 deficiency? Vitamin B12 is produced by your own good gut bacteria. And if you have any kind of gut health issues, your good gut bacteria will be very, very less. So obviously B12 will be reduced. So if you focus on working on your gut health, your B12 will be good, and B12 is good for your respiratory health. This is the major reason.
Hmm.
That's the connection.
Two,
Yes. Two connections. One more
one,
is there.
two
It's
connections.
Yes, one
Hmm.
more is there. It's because of toxic heavy metals. It's not related to gut, but toxic heavy metals attack your nerves, and our chest cavity has a lot of nerves. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
if these nerves are attacked by a lot of metals, you start getting respiratory issues, not able to take full breathing, you start getting heart palpitations, you start getting anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
a racing heartbeat, and all these things are because of this. These are the
Okay.
major three things that's connected to this.
Okay. And how can you see now that people are aware and they can start taking the measurement of about it also, but
Right.
already that is accumulated in the
Yes.
system, how
Yes.
that can be flushed out from the system?
You mean to say streptococcus?
Toxic heavy metals and
Okay.
streptococcus also.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
See, for removing metals, there are certain food groups. One is leafy greens, leafy vegetables
Okay.
like coriander, parsley,
Mm-hmm.
cilantro, spinach,
Mm-hmm.
cane, and lettuce. These are the major food group which helps you to remove toxic heavy metals. And then is raw
Mm-hmm.
garlic, and then is onions, which
Mm-hmm.
are little bit purple in color, and also vegetables that are purple, like there is purple cabbage, there is radishes. These have something called as anthocyanins, okay, which are antioxidants, which will help you to remove these metals, okay. And then
Mm-hmm.
apples help you to remove metals, okay. And then comes aloe vera, which will help you to remove metals, okay. These are the ones which is helpful to remove metals, okay. And as well as,
Mm-hmm.
when you before you do this, you have to replace your aluminum with normal steel, okay. That is a major thing, okay. And
Okay.
coming to the mucus, how to remove mucus is stopping dairy is the first thing to do. And next,
Okay.
add raw garlic, onions, okay, oregano, okay. So papaya, pineapple. Pineapple is great for actually flushing out the mucus because it flushes out very soon. You get this mucus from nose. That's how it is. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Is copper good or bad?
See,
Copper
copper.
water, I guess.
Yes, yes, copper water is not that great because the problem is that in olden days, uh, the use of pesticides was very, very less. It was non-existent. Okay, our soil was having a lot of zinc and less of copper. That's why we used copper vessels to compensate. In our body, the ratio of the zinc to copper is 10 is to 1 ratio. If we have 10 grams of zinc, we should have 1 gram of copper. That is the ratio. In olden days, because zinc was so much in the soil and copper we were not getting, we used to use copper vessels so that 10 is to 1 ratio would be matched. But today what's happening is, because the excessive use of pesticides, a lot of pesticides have copper in them. This copper will negate the zinc in the soil. Okay, so in the soil there is almost non-existent amount of zinc now today. So in our bodies also it is very, very minimal. So if you take copper on the other hand, if you take more copper, zinc will go away. So that's why if you see, when we got infections in 2020, okay, 19, COVID-19 and all this stuff, we took a lot of zincovits. The reason for that is we are
Ah,
completely
okay.
deficient of zinc, and zinc is a lot more important for immunity than copper. That's how it is.
So you mean to say कि now we have less copper any which ways in our body? First thing. Second thing is if we use
Less
more
zinc,
copper,
less zinc.
then zinc will also go away from our
Correct,
system.
correct, correct. So because
Okay.
it's 10 is to 1. So let's say if zinc is increased more than 10, copper will go away. If copper is increased
Mm-hmm.
more than 1, zinc will go away. So now
Oh,
zinc is
okay.
not even 10, it is not even 1 or 2. So it's like almost equal
Mm-hmm.
ratio. If you take more copper, zinc will completely go away. That's how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay, that is
also,
something well born for
yes,
me.
yes, yes, that's one more thing. And one more thing is that copper is also linked to skin issues. Okay.
Oh,
Eczema,
okay.
psoriasis, okay, vitiligo, with, and all the dermatitis, dandruff, and stuff. Copper is linked to skin issues. That's also one more thing.
Yeah. Okay. There
Yes.
is one more question I would like to take. What should be taken empty stomach to improve gut health?
So if you don't have any kind of, for example, usually I would recommend you to go for lemon water. So if you're not able to
Mm-hmm.
tolerate lemon water, what you can do is you can go with aloe water or cucumber juice. Okay. So if that is also a little difficult for you, the best way to start with papaya. A big bowl of
Okay.
papaya is very soothing on gut, very healing on gut, and it is very nourishes. That's how it is. That you can start with empty stomach on that, and never start your
Mm-hmm.
day with nuts or seeds. There's a trend that goes on, and never start your day with coffee or tea as well. Don't start your day with fats. Okay.
Okay. So no nuts in the morning, the first thing,
Yes, no
and no
caffeine
tea,
also.
coffee.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Green tea?
Even green tea. Anything that has caffeine you should not be taking, because green tea also has caffeine.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
So is it like poor gut health can also contribute to respiratory issues? Am
Yes,
I right?
indirectly it can cause. But
Indirectly, right?
yes, but it's not like, people who have gut health issues, definitely they should have respiratory issues. No. There are
But we
people
have
who,
seen that,
we have
right?
seen that, but we have seen that.
Yeah, because
Yes.
uh,
It's
because
B12
all that
deficiency.
acid yeah,
Yes.
because all that acid reflex
Correct. Correct.
burping, bloating
Burping.
that has
Yes.
happened. So it also somewhere I think, as you've said, no, that heavy
Yes.
metal are also getting deposited in our chest region. You feel congested, more mucus,
Correct.
and that impact bronchitis. So if I have to ask you that, if people, I have, of course, in my community, we have some people who are having asthma, even attending these thing, asthma and wheezing issues, especially.
Yes.
What is
Yes.
that? What is your advice to them to, what are the things they, key element or key food or the habits they must have with respect to food to improve their asthma condition and wheezing
Okay.
conditions?
For asthma, first thing is that cut down dairy. That's the first thing. Cut down the gluten.
Okay.
Second thing. These are the main thing that you have
Mm-hmm.
to cut down for sure. Next thing is
Mm-hmm.
add ginger water tea. Okay. The
Okay.
tea should be water based. Okay. Not the, I would say ginger concoction to be very precise. Ginger
Mm-hmm.
concoction,
Mm-hmm.
oregano, raw garlic. Okay. Taking a lot of pineapple and papaya. Okay. These things help a lot. Cucumber juicing helps a lot, and also leafy greens, these things help a lot. And also warm soups, like, you can make carrots, beetroots, green peas, this bottle gourd and all these things. You can make a warm soup, add oregano, add ginger, add spices over there. It helps a lot. Those
Mm-hmm.
things you can do.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
it's winters, right?
Awesome.
That can be even more
Mm-hmm.
soothing. That's how it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Great, great, great. Awesome. Another question. My gallbladder was removed. Is it the cause for gut problem?
Yes, if your gallbladder is removed, definitely you'll start getting gut health issues, because gallbladder is a bile storing mechanism. For example, to show it with picture, uh, yes. See, this is your gallbladder. Okay, the green color one, which you can see over here, is gallbladder. So, what is the function of gallbladder? Your liver produces bile. That bile is stored in the gallbladder. So, whenever you eat food, whenever there are a lot of fats, gallbladder will directly produce the bile, and the food is being digested. Problem is, when the
Mm-hmm.
gallbladder is removed, there is no storage mechanism for your liver, for your bile. So whenever you
Mm-hmm.
eat food, liver has to stop everything and produce bile, because there is no storage mechanism to the bile. Okay, so because of which your liver has to overwork, because of which you'll get more bloating. People who have removed gallbladder, you should not be taking excess fats at all. If you take more and more fat, that means if you take more oils, more fried food, more non-vegetarian food, the more bloating you'll face, the more gut health issues you will face. And because the bile production is somewhere or the other restricted. For example, let's say a person with gallbladder, a person who is having gallbladder, let's say he produces 100 units of bile. A person without gallbladder will only produce 30 or 40 or 50 maximum, because of which you should completely restrict the fat intake of yours. That's how it is. Okay. If you
So
restrict the
you
fat
mean to
intake, everything
say,
will be good.
okay, so you mean to say that food that they are taking should not be fat food because otherwise it
Yes.
will put more
More stress on the
pressure
liver.
on
Yes.
the liver. Yeah.
Yes.
So hope it answers Sugnaji. So no fat food, Sugnaji. Not
Yes.
anymore.
Yes. And what you can do for
Okay.
it, best food is
Mm.
citrus fruits like lemons, oranges, amlas, papaya. Papaya is always great for any kind of liver issues. We can do that.
Okay. Great. Great. Wow. We have a wonderful discussion, everyone. I hope you all have loved it, enjoyed it. Once again, if you are here, make sure that you do share your feedback about the session as well as the learning. Okay, and please do share this wonderful talk with people around so that they get aware. In fact, today I have got so much of knowledge and value. Thank you so much, Akhil, being here, because it was a
Yes.
really very eye-opener session and a very powerful learning session, no doubt about it. Can we all say a lot of gratitude and thanks to Akhil, who has taken his valuable time Saturday. He could have been doing a lot of other things, but he's here with us. So can we just everyone share a big thank you? You all can just message here. Thank you.
Thank you so much
Yes,
for all of you
Anupam.
as well. It's my pleasure to be here. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So as a token of appreciation, there's a small gesture from all of our community member. Let me
Yes.
just share something special with you, Akhil. Yeah. First of all, yeah, it's a from all of us.
Thank you so
Um,
much for that.
yeah, so I'll share with you the certificate of gratitude from all of us, from our
Yes.
community, as well as we are a flow people. Uh,
Yes. Yes.
we we work with our breath, aligning everything in our system. And
Yes.
today you have also shared something that we really need to know with respect to food, because it's not that we are only breathing, we are
Correct.
eating also. So we need to
Absolutely.
also see to improve our eating habits, what kind of
Yes.
a food we should eat, and when, how. So all those things that you have shared, it's usually it's very very mind blowing, and a lot of people are
Yes.
saying thank you. Preeti, Manju, Anupam, Rahul,
Yes.
Shanila, Pavitra, yeah, a lot of Manju, everyone. Yeah,
Yes.
so it has been a big eye opener. A quick recap, a few things that I have learned, I would certainly like to share. That food that destroy our gut, for everyone, it's a quick recap.
Yes.
That destroy your gut and respiratory issues are your milk, paneer, all the dairies, buttermilk, curd, even. Yeah, because
Yes.
we don't have a good milk quality coming to our places nowadays. That's the major reason. Similarly, gluten, wheat, and maida. What was there in 1995? That was more nutrition and less of what did you say?
Less
Less
of,
of
you mean to say with respect to dairy or gluten?
yeah, and gluten. You have
Yeah,
talked about something
more of,
GMO.
yeah, in previous
Hmm.
day it was more of germ. Germ is a nutrient and less of
Haha.
gluten. Now it is vice versa.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vice versa. And then soy, fish, eggs, caffeine, a complete no, everyone. Make sure that. And start taking more lemons, oranges, papaya, pineapples, raw garlic, aloe vera, amla, strawberry, ginger, lemon balm, thai, all leafy vegetables, oregano. And the
Yes.
lifestyle changes. How many of you have anything aluminum कढ़ाई है तो please उसको replace कर दो. एल्यूमिनियम के फ्राइंग पैन है अगर आपके घर में चाय बनाने वाले, बॉइलिंग वाटर के लिए आप यूज करते हैं पानी उबालने के लिए, प्लीज रिप्लेस देम विद स्टेनलेस स्टील और गुड सेरेमिक वेसल्स. use good purifier, water purifier, not the tap water, and essential oil. Replace all your deodorants and use organic cleaning products. मतलब जो फ्लोर क्लीनिंग के लिए हम प्रोडक्ट यूज करते हैं ना, वो ऑर्गेनिक यूज करो सब लोग. And of course, breath work is important. Get sunlight every day without fail. This was
Yes.
one of the biggest aha moment for me, because when you share that sunlight helps in improving the gut health. So yeah,
Yes.
and have one meal at least without fat or reduced fat. So have a bowl of papaya every day. Have a fat-free morning. Start with lemon water. Take care of your gut health. Take care of your when we take care of all these, see, our body is a system, it's a mechanism, it's a beautiful powerful vehicle. So everything has to be aligned, your breath, your food intake, because as Akhil has shared that if there's a lack of B12, you can't take full breath.
Correct.
You realize that? Yeah. So make sure that you also accelerate your fitness by adding these things that you have learned today. So let me know quickly in chat box that what have been your biggest one thing that you are gonna start doing from today, one action. What is that you are gonna start doing today itself? Can you all just message? And are you all ready for the breathing practice today? If you are ready for that, so as Akhil has suggested, so we will be doing some breathing practice that will calm our gut, more calming breaths. If you are ready, message me here R for ready. Plus, let me know what is that one action point that you are gonna take. And if anyone has any sharing, you can also share very quickly also that what have been your one action point. So yes, Shanila, what is that one action point you are going to take? I would also like to know from every one of you. In fact, see, we are here to certainly give you a lot of knowledge and value, but we are also like that, can you just reciprocate us with just knowing that what is that one thing you would like to start with? That will give us a lot of happiness, that yes, we are contributing and you are also motivated to take step towards you. We'll cut
We
down
cut
on
down that.
dairy.
Great.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's the first thing. Taking
Awesome.
fruits as breakfast. Great, Nana. Daily consumption of papaya. Reduce dairy products intake. Awesome, Rahul. Very nice. Very nice. Awesome. Yeah, everyone keep messaging. No delay. No delays. Right here. Sanjay, Sukhdev. Everyone keep messaging. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So if you are ready, thank you so much, Akhil. You will also get an Access of Flow app. That is a combination of very powerful breath work and meditation practices as well as movement also.
Sure.
I'll share with you the
I'm excited for that.
subscription for that.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. So if you all are ready, everyone, yeah, you all can sit upright. Stopped milk tea, very good. Now need to stop black coffee and green tea, ghee. Great. Awesome, Sanjay ji. You're on a full detox mode. By the way, when Akhil was talking about the stomach lining, so in yoga, we practice this one very powerful kriya that is called Shankh Prakshalan. That helps to completely clean your intestine deeply. And in our community, we do it in our Breath Champion program, we do it thrice in a year because that's how it has to be done, once in a quarter. And that helps people to get into in a detox mode, deep detoxification happen. In fact, there are Shatakriyas that, just to inform you all, that we have shatakriyas that take care of like jalneti, where you put water from one nostril to another nostril that clears all the mucus from your nasal. Then we have your vamandhoti, right, or kunjal kriyas are there where you drink water and then you spit it out, vomit it out with lot of cough that you remove. Then we have kapal bhati kriya, trata kriya, and of course Shankh Prakshalan Kriya. So Shankh Prakshalan is a very powerful intestinal, all these toxics, the heavy metal that are there. So we prepare first, students are prepared before that, and then we consume a lot of water in a particular way. That means you have to exercise. There is a set of exercise that we do. And then it's like a Shankh Prakshalan, how we clean the Shankh. That's how your intestine, all these get clean completely. You can see that, and people have shared that. And when that their gut got clean, their mind become calmer. See, please understand that constipation is not just your gut health issue, it is also the constipation of your mind, the thought. So we work both the ways. You clean your gut with these practices, and you can see more calmer, relaxing version of yourself. Awesome. Stop black coffee. Awesome. Okay. So let us practice, everyone. You all can sit now. Take a deep breath in and breathe out, and we will be doing certain breathing. Keep your eyes closed, spine neutral and relaxed. Take a big deep breath in, everyone, and breathe out through your mouth, making a big ha sound. Inhale deeply and exhale fully. Relax yourself fully. Remove your specs, anything tight if you're wearing, release it. Maybe your bra is tight, then just loosen it, or your pants are tight. Just make sure you're not wearing belt and all. Allow yourself to breathe and expand. I expand. Feel that expansion. Connect to your breath, palms over your knees, facing upward, and just quickly scan yourself. How am I feeling now? How is my breath? Is it shallow? Is it deep? Just be aware. Do nothing first. And don't worry, just be aware where my breath is. Keep your facial muscles relaxed, your jaw relaxed, mind fully focused on your breath. Take your right palm over your belly, another hand over your chest. Inhale deeply, expand your belly, and exhale fully. Let your belly goes off. Inhale and expand. Exhale, belly goes in. Inhale and expand. Exhale in. Inhale without any chest movement. Try to avoid. Just focus on your belly expansion. Exhale, belly goes in. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and hold your breath. No more breathing. Hold as long as you can comfortably hold. And once you feel the hunger to breathe, please breathe. Relax, everyone. Now we will be practicing alternative nostril. So those of you who are new, they can use their hand. Those of you who are already my students and they have been practicing alternative nostril breathing without closing the nostrils, they can do that also. So it's not necessary that you have to close your nostril to perform alternative nostril breathing. With intention, with practice also, just by intention also, you can move the air from one nostril to another nostril. Okay. So how we are gonna do this? Put your index finger and your middle finger at the bottom of your thumb. Rest दूसरी जो दो fingers हैं straight रखो. हल्का सा you can bend your thumb, put it at the curvature, your right curvature of your nostril. हल्का सा दबाएंगे. Okay, very मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि पूरा कि नाक टेढ़ी हुई जा रही है, हल्का सा. And similarly, these two also. So you will just keep it on your left side. Okay, the rest two fingers on your left side. You can keep your elbow on the chair also if you wish, or just you can hold with your palm if any time you feel that your hand is getting tired. To relax yourself, and those of you who wish to do without hand, they can do without hand also. Inhale, take the air from your left nostril. Close, exhale from your right. Inhale from your right. Close, exhale from your left. Inhale from your left. Close, exhale from your right. Inhale from your right. Close, exhale from your left. In, hold, right exhale. In, close, left exhale. Left inhale. Close, right exhale. Right inhale. Close, left exhale. Left inhale. Close, right exhale. Right inhale. Close, left exhale. Left inhale. Close, right exhale. And just bring your hand down, relax, and just observe. How am I feeling now? Relax your face. Gradually rub your palms, take it to your eyes. And you can gradually open your eyes with a gentle smile. Take a deep breath in and stretch your arm. And as you breathe out, bring your palms at the heart center, shoulders roll back, and just say, I'm grateful to my breath. I'm grateful to my healthy body, mind, and soul. I'm grateful to this whole universe. Thank you all. Thank you so much. How are you all feeling now? Everyone, can you all just let me know? Okay, this is one thing. Second thing, I would also like to share that I would like to just bring your attention to one thing, that it is not just about what you are eating. That's your Annamaya Kosha or bodily level, functional level. It is also about how you are eating. Very, very important. Even the bestest nutrition food will become poison if you are stressed out. If your gut is stressed, और आप जल्दी जल्दी खा रहे हैं, आपका दिमाग नहीं है. And I have seen this one thing very common now in office space, people eating and watching mobile, checking reels and having food. There's such a disconnect with the food that you are eating. There's no nourishment actually you are getting if your mind is occupied with the reels. Not only that, if you see, even to for मतलब खाना, it's like food is like commodity. पेट भरना है आपको, आपको पेट भरना है या आपको न्यूट्रिशन लेना है, आप ये जानो पहले. अगर आपको रियली न्यूट्रिशन लेने हैं, राइट, देन you must focus at how you are eating. Even, that 10 to 20 minutes of stressful breathing, if you are in a stressful state, of course your breathing will be stressful, can actually delay your digestive system process. It can demar your digestive system. So ensure that you stay stress free while having food. Also, you are completely mindfully with a lot of gratitude that if you eat anything, it is gonna nurture you, nourish you, your body, your mind, your soul also. Do you all promise me that you will be fully present? And not only that, it will also, if you are mindful eater, you will see that the less food even if you consume, you will feel full rather than eating a lot of food. So your binge cravings, all these things subsides when you are more present with the food. So one practice that we all do, for those of you who are not yet our members, we'll just say that yes, you all can start practicing breathing before having food and see the difference in your gut health, and it is certainly gonna improve it. Because आपका gut is again a brain. You must have heard of brain, gut brain. Yeah. So अगर आपको stress होता है, पेट में गुलगुली सी होती है, राइट, एग्जाम टाइम में हुआ करता था, हाँ. सो वही चीज है, आपको टेंशन होता है, आपका बॉडी स्ट्रेस में आता है, यू देयर इज अ टेंशन इन योर गट आल्सो. सो आपके बॉडी को ऐसा लगता है कि इट हैज टू first deal with the stress. That's the priority. And it takes away all the blood and everything to deal with the stress that you are currently dealing. And that's how the digestive system get impacted. So stress is a big enemy of your good gut health. Whatsoever you are eating, make sure you eat it very mindfully. Practice breathing so that you can get rid of stress and keep your gut more relaxed. And timely eating is also important. Keep a gap of at least 1 to 2 hours. Am I right, Akhil? Am I right with that way? Yeah, just unmute yourself.
Yes, absolutely, Yukti. You're right. You need to keep a gap of 2 hours at least. Okay. And also the
Yes.
one you mentioned, right? For increasing stomach acid, this is the one tip which we also tell, which you mentioned. Eat in a calm environment.
Yeah.
Just sit peacefully and eat. Don't eat in a hurry. They would be like, eating and jogging for office, catching the bus and
Yeah.
stuff. That's a very, and they say
I'm
they are
done
the
with
ones who
that.
say a lot of bloating is there, a lot of reflux is there.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. So that's all for today. Thank you, everyone. And yes, I would like you all, those of you interested, you can certainly, I would like you all to connect to Akhil. You can share with him that how they can connect to you and how they can get benefit. If you have anything, I'll just bring you here on screen.
Yes, Yukti. So thank you. And also for all the people who want to get connected with me and stuff, there are social media links which Yukti will be sharing with you all. And also there's one particular link which I'll be sharing in the what's in the group in the chat group. You can go on there
Yeah.
and attend my sessions and get my values and stuff like that for free over here. And also thank you so much for being on a Saturday evening, because you might have many other priorities, parties and stuff, but you have come up here and attend this session as soon as Yukti has told. I don't know how many of you know before this or not, but yes, thank you for letting this opportunity, Yukti. Thank you. I'm really grateful for that.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Akhil, for being here for such a bulb on eye opener session. Truly, truly mesmerized, I would say. And what have been your journey? That has been even more mesmerizing for me. And we wish you great success, health, happiness, with a lot of healthy healing breaths and love
Yes, yes. Thank you so
from
much
all
for
of
that,
us.
Yukti. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And yes, a quick announcement by 6 p.m., we will be doing our YouTube live weekly class. So make sure that everyone come back for quickly, because there I will be talking, or I'll be giving you how breath work can be very powerful for releasing a lot of emotional baggages that you are storing and that are creating a lot of diseases, chronic pain in your body. Yeah. So see you all at 6 p.m. in next 14 minutes. Take care, stay blessed.